First things first, and what a lot of people don't say in these videos, is that you need to buy this kit. It can be obviously any brand or whatever, but you need a new gas line with the adapters here. So this specific kit comes with the pipe compound already, the fluorescent leak check. You could use soapy water, but it's cool that it comes with that. This pipe right here, tube or whatever you want to call it, is supposedly only for one-time use. So this old silver one here is what we're going to be replacing. It says specifically on the sticker that you can only use it one time. Yeah, I'm sure you could probably use it more than one time, but why bother? Just, you're getting a new stove, so get yourself a new kit, because quite frankly, you'd have to buy this adapter anyway on the new stove because it doesn't come with one, which is really annoying because it doesn't say anything about that. And how the hell are you supposed to know? So the number one thing you want to do is turn this bad boy off. My specific one here is dated, and it's going backwards. I believe a lot of the ones just do a quarter turn forward. But in any case, you can tell it's off, usually, if this handle is perpendicular. In other words, up. If it's down and flowing with the line, that usually means it's on. So, I had to actually take a pair of pliers and put it on here to kind of twist it down, or twist it up, because it would not open. In any case, that's off. So now you want to take this off. I'll spare you the struggle that I had in getting that off. But in any case, you see this is the old one, I just took it off. And this new one's on here. One thing to note is, I'll show you real fast. On this end, you see this has a rounded type end. That's called a compression fitting, so you don't actually put any compound or any yellow plumber's tape on there, because of that style of fitting. It would not be good, so don't do it. So now what we're going to do is, on the stove side, take your little bolt that you got. You should have two in the kit anyway. One of them, for mine, is too big. So you take this one, and just like I said, this side with the tapered edge, with the little curved edge, that's the compression side, so don't put any of the compound on that. We're just putting it on the side that's going to go into the stove. So I'm going to do that real fast. Now the concept behind this is you don't want it to be dripping, but you want all the little grooves in there to be covered. Okay, so we're going to throw it in there. So ideally you just want this snug, and I used my pliers to get that on there. So now we're going to take our hose and put it on. Okay, so we're going to use the fluorescent fluid here. Just get that around the threads, and we'll see some bubbles form. If that's the case, we're going to put it back here too. And finally, slowly turn this on. Oh, God. Looking good so far.
I'm not seeing any leaks. No bubbles.
Now, just to mention the other method, if you don't have that, some soapy water. This is what the tire techs use to see if there's a leak in your tire too. So the concept is this: spray on the area that you think might have a leak, and then you wait for bubbles to form. Not like this, you'd see them popping out. It'd be kind of like if you're blowing bubbles in milk or something. It'd be coming out that way. So you can see it's all tight. And I already checked over there again, so we're all set. So the next step takes some patience because it is a little annoying. Get yourself a level. You can see right now it's pretty much in the middle. What you have to do is go on the legs right here. Get yourself channel locks or whatever you got there, and you can grab and then twist left or right. Obviously, righty tighty, lefty loosey, and you have to adjust the legs. Let me tell you, this might seem like something that you don't have to worry about, but if this is not level, try making eggs or anything in these pans. They're going to flip-flop to one side and you're going to hate it later. So just do it now. Now I should note that these came with propane adapters. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I'm not using those. This is an anti-lock one. You put this against the wall and slip it under, but I don't care about that. And all that's left is to put these bad boys on. They just fit over top and that's it. So the last thing you're supposed to do is wash the inside and then cook it for an hour at 400 degrees. You'll see that in the instruction manual. I already took everything off. Nice and shiny. Time to test the burners. It's beautiful. With that nice center burn. I've never had this in my life. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. Look at that. Burn. Alright, I hope I helped you out. Yeah, have a great day.